the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stoned Up. This time, Holidaze edition. We've got a great interview on the back end of this, but before we dive into that, I had to see how the weekend was for everyone. As we all know, it's tax day as we're recording this. We'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to our friends over at Seed Money Consulting. Seed Money Consulting is there for you not only for tax season, but beyond. Whether you need to have your ducks in a row as a small business owner here in Colorado or beyond, our friends at Seed Money know the lay of the land. Maybe you are a content creator. Maybe you work in the cannabis space and you're wondering exactly what you could get away with because of the federal legalities and things of that nature. They can also help you out so that you're not scrambling at the end of the season this time next year. Reach out to them. They have affordable plans starting with their CFO in a box and working your way up to financial advice and even investing for you. They are a one-stop shop for all small to medium-sized businesses, people trying to set up 529s for their families, or those just looking to navigate the tax code so they don't leave money on their table. Check out Seed Money Consulting for all your financial needs. Chris, how was your weekend? You played host to family this week like I did last week.
I did. It was great. It was great. Obviously, every time, Lindy comes into town, we always go to Tab. So that was just exceptional as always. And it was nice because they had the patio open. So we sat outside there.
Ooh, I didn't even ask for a weather report. I should have.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to give you one because the weather was gorgeous this weekend, as was my weekend. And then Saturday, so we just kind of hung out at the house, did a little grill sesh, had some vino. And then Sunday, last night, we went up to Frisco and went to a concert.
Oh, okay. Who'd you catch last night?
California Honey Drops at 10 Mile Music Hall, like right there on Main Street in Frisco. And dude, it is tiny. It made you feel like one of those little small venues you may have gone to in college, like just one of those, like a college town venue where they're not that big. But it was nice. It was awesome. But the killer of the weekend, the stealer of the show was Rootstock.
Oh, you got to eat in Breckenridge?
Yeah.
Give me the rundown. Matt Valter, he's a James Beard finalist. He's making the trek out to Chicago with his team this summer. I mean, it's a banger, is it not, Chris?
It's so damn good. And we tried a bunch of different stuff to share. We had their hamachi crudo, which was good. We had this pork belly dish, a pasta dish, but then what we had, we all shared as a main course, was this lion's mane mushroom schnitzel. It was so goddamn good. I don't know how they were able to get it crispy enough on the outside of the mushroom to make it, it felt like that crispy edge. Yeah, it was so goddamn good. And the dessert was out of this world, which we were all talking about after dinner. It's just nice when you have a really good meal at a restaurant and their dessert also lives up to it. Because a lot of times some places really fall on the dessert.
No, it's usually an afterthought.
Yeah.
And they brought it in spades.
Oh, it was like this strawberry shortcake, but it tasted like a strawberry cheesecake. It was so goddamn good. I would highly recommend that. Obviously, it is one of those nicer restaurants.
Okay.
But if you share a few plates, I don't think it would be that bad. And they have a fun, pretty cool wine list. But it's right there off the main drag in Breck in an old little house. So it's a really cool vibe. And if I was up there in the mountains one weekend and you wanted to have a nice dinner, I would highly recommend it.
I love that. That sounds awesome. Eve, how about you? What'd you do this weekend?
Well, I went to the Arvada Kite Festival.
Oh shit,
Ooh,
Eve's
do
got
tell.
feedback. Give us some more deets. What was your weekend about?
I mean, it was on Sunday. It was pretty nice, and the space is good 'cause it's like 2 huge soccer fields.
Where was
So
it?
right in Arvada by the sports complex or at the
Like
sports
right there on Ralston or whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is?
yeah.
Did you fly a kite?
No, my friend brought a kite, but I didn't fly any.
What
So
kind?
was it a professional or was it everybody
No, everyone just-
BYOK?
Brought kites.
Did you have like the big wheel, or was it just like the?
The handheld. Chris
Were
is,
you-
for those that can't see, Chris is jerking off the air.
There's multiple. Like friend had the one with the 2-hand one,
Oh shit!
and I guess that's you actually really need wind for that, like a lot, because it like can spiral and stuff. No, I mean it was fun. It was funny. Like there's wind at times, so it's sometimes there'd only be like 5 kites, but then like the second the wind picked up, you'd like turn away and look, and there'd be like 100 in the air. So that was like pretty cool. And it was fun. It was like really nice out, and
It
Did
was a
anybody
gor-
run into
That's
each other?
kind of like perfect weekend weather for like
Yeah.
it wasn't 100 miles per hour, which would have killed your friend
No.
with the 2-hander last week.
I mean,
But
it would
this
have been
week-
nice if it was a little windier, but like there was a good amount of kites that got up. It just kind of went, it ebbed and flowed, you know. But at least it wasn't totally dead, like dead air.
That's a pretty cool idea. How'd you find that? And why didn't you mention that?
I texted you,
I know.
so
but
I thought
did
maybe
it-
you'd come by because I was
I
like,
was doing
I was like
golf
Arvada
stuff,
Kite Festival,
yeah.
so I just told you in case.
I know. I wish I had. But
I didn't know my friend was just going and invited me, but I was thinking about it. Like I didn't see any signs for it around Arvada. I wouldn't have known if he hadn't gone.
Anything else cool?
No, that's the main thing I did.
But one thing we have not talked about was last week's finale of our March Madness bracket. And we need to give a shout out to our friends from Sapsua, Chef Nee, Anna, the whole fucking fam. They killed it throughout the competition. They trounced all of their opponents and then they brought home the gold. We're going to go in there for a champions dinner soon. I'm going to drop off some
Ooh-ee.
samples, but we'll go in there as a group in the coming week or
Share
so.
some dishes.
Once we get the championship belt, I had to get it like made with their name on it,
Yeah.
so it takes like 2 weeks. And I
It's gonna be
couldn't do it before because you can't predict who was going to win. But we said it on social media. Thanks again to Yuan Wonton, to Funky Flame, to Kike's Red Tacos. They were great competitors, but goodness gracious, great balls of fire ass food. Thanks. I mean, Sapsua killed it, and their food kills it. Like they have been nominated for best new spots in town across the country from large publications. And as Jeremy Harlan, listener of the pod, guest of the pod, member of the committee, he was like, watch out for them. They are kind of like the new like coveted spot. Like it's hard to get a reservation sometimes, but if you plan properly, you
Yeah.
can grab one. And he called the shot. They ended up taking it home. Very well deserved.
Yeah, and just think they'll get the chance to redeem their title next year.
Oh man, there's nothing. We need a little Yukon, you know. At the same time, there was a lot of restaurants that put up a great fight, including our returning champions from Yuan Wonton. But at the same time, I cannot wait to get that shrimp toast back in my mouth. And I think that they are kind of leading the charge of like decadent cabbage and their vegetable and herbaceous game, how they play with citrus. It's wonderful. And then they also have fun and inventive evenings as well as menu items. Like they've had their chef de cuisine and, you know, their sous chefs have takeovers of nights when the restaurant is closed, and those dinners fucking sell out. So they have a litany of great chefs, both on the line as well as front of house team, like very well deserved. I cannot wait to go back in there and shower them with gifts and call it a work expense when we eat there. But that's all I want to do. It
Yeah.
was it was the end of March Madness. I want to give them a proper ode on our Tuesday episode. So that's how I wanted to finish today's episode or today's intro before leading into our Wiz Khalifa 420 promo interview with our friends from Schwaz and Starbuds, Aaron Hinston and Jen Palmaz. You break the seal. Okay, well, we know you're a psycho. Put her in timeout. Those voices you heard are our friends Jen Palmaz, is that right? Yeah. Nailed it. And Aaron Hinston?
Yep.
Bada bing, Chris, 2 for 2. Joining us from the Schwaz team to talk a little bit about the upcoming holidays. But before we get into the interview, let's just gauge the room. How excited are you? And Chris, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
My favorite Girl Scout cookie would have to be the Samoas.
Okay. Well, Eve is on the ones and twos today, and without Mike, we're just gonna disregard.
You just
Chris's
didn't like that?
No, I did not at all. So let's.
What did you want me to say?
I mean, not that. I thought the Adventurefuls were actually kind of nice. I enjoyed them, despite Eve's lack of enthusiasm towards them. I personally am a tag-along guy myself. They play best out of the refrigerator, but it's been a point of contention since the ladies joined us here on the casting couch. So I just wanted to get your takes before we get this party started. Ladies, we start every episode the same way. I'm sure y'all listen to every single episode because we've worked together for a couple of years now.
You got it.
But in case you didn't, Chris leads it off with a little introductory questionnaire just to kind of get the ball rolling. So Chris, do the honors.
I could sense the sarcasm there. Okay, Jen, so are you a transplant or a local here to Colorado?
I'm a transplant.
Oh, yeah? Where
Yes.
from?
Virginia.
It's for lovers.
It is.
I still don't understand that, but...
Are you out of
anyways.
the Richmond pipeline?
I am. That's where I moved from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I grew up right outside D.C., but I lived in Richmond for 10 years and then moved here.
Is your family, like, in the Senate and stuff? You have a senator or anything? No?
You started with the Senate. You didn't even start with like the
Congress.
House of Representatives or maybe just a lobbyist. You went, so are you one of the 100 most powerful families in the country?
I mean,
Yeah, so she moved here to press the agenda. What did
Exactly.
bring you west?
honestly, we just wanted to get out of Virginia and we came here on vacation and said, fuck it. So we sold everything and packed up the 4Runner and moved out here.
Oh, the Yoda. You fit in like a glove.
Perfect.
They probably gave you a native sticker right when you first in.
They should have.
Yeah. I mean, they just stack up in every Whole Foods. I can see it with the little ladders. Shout out to Colfax.
The
things.
widow waddles.
The little ladders. Hell yeah. So, Jen, tell us a little bit about, I guess, your profession with Schwaz. And you obviously moved out here before cannabis was legalized in Virginia. So how did you find yourself in the game? And shout out to your Bourdain shirt.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, so for Schwaz right now, I'm running merchandising, so anything to do with what products we're carrying. But yeah, I came out here, actually started working for Sports Authority, and then they obviously shut down. And we just kind of fell in my lap, and it worked out really well because I was kind of a secret stoner there, and now I can be free.
A public stoner.
Yeah.
That second voice you heard is Queen Erin, the one that we work with fairly often. If y'all been to some of our events, whether it was last summer or the events we've done with Starbuds, from new openings to restaurant parties in the springs and things of that nature, you may have been able to network or meet Erin. Erin will do the honors of, are you a transplant or a local?
I'm a local.
Get the fuck out, really?
Yeah.
What hospital were you born in?
Okay, all right. I'm not a true local. I moved here when I was 3 years old, but I was born in New Jersey. But like I've lived
Okay,
here
so
long
you're from
enough
New
that I
Jersey.
can consider myself a fucking local.
Yeah. So if we asked you Taylor ham or pork roll?
Oh, I have no thoughts on that.
Oh, see, I guess you may actually be a Coloradan.
If you ask me like epic icon, what mountain you ski, I can answer that question. But like, so can everyone else.
What are your thoughts on green chili?
It's good. I have
She
no
may
other
actually-
thoughts.
She didn't grow up with red. It's totally.
It's
I get it.
delicious.
Okay, that's. Well, how about you? How did you find your way? I mean, obviously we all get to kind of we're in cahoots, but how did you find your way into the cannabis industry? Was it just by birth almost?
No. I was working in New York, came back here because I missed my family, and I quit my job there. And I was like not doing anything for a solid 6 months, and then I saw a random posting on LinkedIn, and it's my first job in cannabis. It's great. I'm having a great time, and I just do marketing for basically all of the retail locations, so Starbuds, Emerald Fields, Standing Akimbo, anything you see in magazines or digital marketing or in the store, all that jazz.
I mean, it's the most exhausting week of the year.
It is the most exhausting week of the year. I don't have a lot to say on it, honestly.
I'm tired already.
Yeah.
I know it's only Monday.
Yeah.
It's only Monday, and I'm in the same camp. But we kind of got to save our energy a little bit, as this weekend is going to be a blast. The weather may deter a few, but at the same time, we've seen that folks are coming in from all over the country to celebrate the holidays in style.
Daze.
Yeah, that's exactly
Nice.
it. Well,
Days.
Way to pick up on that.
Thank you so much.
I mean, yeah, y'all drummed that one up. But we are also the sponsors of the big 420 on the Rocks concert,
we
which is
are.
almost like the firing gun for the Red Rocks season every year. Like, this is the first one. And then you'll have none other than Wiz Khalifa headlining the show this year. So it's already fucking sold out. So it's not like we can promote it too terribly much.
No.
But I wanted to give everybody a little detail about where we can find the Starbuds booth. And if you are, I've been doing some research. Vivid Seats has the best secondary market prices right now for those that are looking to enjoy the show and catch a good fade. But let's talk a little bit about the nuances around the concert. What do y'all expect? What are we doing that's fun this year for the Holidaze with a Z?
So obviously we've got a ton of deals at Starbuds. Doing some exclusive giveaways with Artsy and Dialed In Sano Gardens. So check those out. We're giving away free flour for a year also to 6 customers, I believe.
Ooh.
Come and shop with us 5 times or spend $500 and you're in.
I'm just kidding. I got that.
Chris was like, damn it, I actually do that. But does that apply that's any Starbuds or Emerald Fields as well, or just Starbuds?
Yeah.
Yep,
We're
Starbuds
doing
and Emerald
some
Fields.
regional winners.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Because we've been plugging Starbuds, and I didn't want to forget our other
Los
recreational
Dos.
partners.
¿Por qué no Los Dos? Yeah, they're both good.
I was like, I don't know Spanish.
But maybe your listeners do.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Okay, so we have deals going across the state at all the locations. A couple fun little gags with Sano's Garden, Dialed In, and who's the third one?
Artsy.
Ooh, fuck yeah, great
Yeah.
flower as well.
Yeah.
And then that all culminates on Saturday night with a big ass bash up on the rocks.
Sure does.
What does that entail? Because as I'm usually not, you're gonna find this surprising. I'm not the biggest hip hop guy, so I need y'all's guidance into what to expect this weekend for a concert.
It's going to be a good time. I mean, think of anything that you can around 420, throw some live music in there, and you're at Red Rocks, dude. Like, it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be pretty smoky.
Yes, contact highs all day.
That's what I got for you. It's just going to be a lot of weed and a lot of good people and a lot of good music. And we'll be selling some merch at the top.
Mezzanine?
Mezzanine, I guess you would call it. Yeah, so we've got some sweatshirts in case it gets chilly, cool hats, tees, whatever you want. Stickers, I don't know.
That's not too terribly shabby.
Everything.
It's going to be a little bit brisk this weekend. And up
It
there,
is.
it's usually 15 degrees cooler with a little bit more wind. So obviously, if you don't come prepared, y'all can grab the gear there. But let's talk a little bit about, obviously, y'all have been in the space y'all were here last year as well, working in the industry. What's y'all's favorite thing about this weekend? And then what's your least favorite thing? Because my favorite thing is people watching. I mentioned that last week. It's second to none. Neck tats are my favorite. That and the wizard beards that go down
so
like
good.
past the belly button. If I can see a waist long beard, that's what I'm looking for this week.
Still a lot on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. A lot of tie-dye, probably.
Lots of
I'm
tie-dye.
presuming, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about 420, and it's any musical venue you go to, this is pretty much any musical venue ever, but you see the people in the back just spinning in circles endlessly, the Spunions.
Yeah, that's.
I wonder how that works at a Wiz Khalifa show, though.
I don't know if we're going to get many of those.
No.
It may be a little different than the tie-dye crowd that we'd expect at something else, like a jam band scene, which is what we're a little bit more familiar with. But I'm fucking stoked because I like to go to different kinds of music. And so with us working together to promote and showcase Starbuds and Wiz Khalifa, this may be my first hip-hop concert on the rocks. So I'm pretty fired up about it. Look at that.
That's exciting.
I know. I've done John Mayer with the Governor and every cheese show I can imagine. And now I get to check a new box. I'm pretty excited
Hip-hop
about
shows are a lot of fun.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we have a big holidays ahead. Again, shout out to our friends over at Dialed In, Artsy, and Sano Gardens. You can find their specials going all week at all Starbuds and Emerald Fields locations. When you get up to Red Rocks this weekend, go to the top and go see our friends at the Starbuds booth. There will be some fun little giveaways, and you can also buy things like hoodies to keep yourself warm when the weather inevitably drops, because we're not allowed to have nice things, especially like we had that one gorgeous weekend last weekend, and Chris is our weatherman, so I'll leave it to him. But I mean, it's perfect kite flying weather, right, Eve?
Enough wind gusts,
Yeah.
but not overpowering.
So hopefully the weather kind of holds off, but it looks like 50s. You've done a good job here working. We're done now. Y'all can take off your work hats.
Oh, great.
We're going to ask y'all some intimate questions.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
If you were a dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur would you be, Aaron?
A pterodactyl, because I would like the ability to fly.
That's fair. That's fair. And Jen, how about yourself?
Oh, probably like a stegosaurus. They just seem pretty chill.
Oh, wow.
Just kind of just mosey on
Yeah,
along. Be like,
just like hang out. Yeah. Thinking of some land of before time.
Yeah,
know.
Sarah was kind of a C word.
Was she?
She was like a spoiled brat.
And I think she was a triceratops, not a stegosaurus.
She was a triceratops.
And
But
Sarah-
Spikes wasn't
Seems to me.
Spikes.
Oh, maybe Spike was the stegosaurus, in which case you are on the right one. He was just like, what's up? And
We
he's just
love
always
Spike.
eating.
Yeah, that's
He was
exactly
kinda-
who I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
I got him
Thank you.
confused. God, I'm a fucking shitty host.
He was like the Eeyore, like in Land Before Time.
Eeyore has depression.
He wasn't as
though.
depressed. He
Yeah,
was more just
Eeyore
like,
was
I'm trying
like-
to chill and have a good
He was
time.
the stoner of Land Before Time, even though it's a children's movie. But
I think that's fair. That's a totally great answer. If you had to have sex with one cartoon character, who would it be? I told you it was going to get intimate. You thought I was going to ask about mozzarella sticks, didn't you?
I think everyone's childhood crush growing up was Simba, teen Simba. Whoa.
Interesting.
I thought you were
Everyone
gonna-
had a crush
I
on
thought
teen
you were
Simba.
going like Gaston or something.
I thought you were going to
Oh,
say
no,
the guy
Gaston's
from
gross.
what was it? Prince Eric was his
Oh,
name.
he's handsome, yeah. Okay, so a human, yeah, Prince Eric.
No.
I'm not weird. Everyone had a crush on teen Simba.
Yeah.
It's the John. And that's why we ask these hard-hitting questions here
I
on this.
hate this.
That was the best answer
She
we've
spoke
ever
for a whole generation. She was like Jonathan Taylor Thomas as an animal. Jen, do you have an answer that could beat that?
I don't know. I probably am on your level though.
Yeah.
Like Oliver and Company was like my top movie growing up. So like Oliver was a badass.
The cat?
Yeah, dude. He was a badass little cat. Yeah.
Oh.
And then he got lost and he like had to like figure out New York
He
by
was like,
himself.
right, I would.
I was underage at the time. That's fine.
Yeah, we were the same age as these creatures.
She wasn't a teenager.
Yeah. To be fair, Eve's tried to catch us in that. Oh, are they old enough? It was the Keira Knightley Love Actually when she was.
She was so young in that movie.
But so when it came out, we were all in the age
Yeah.
where it was formidable years or whatever. And we can give you that excuse, but we're not removing that question. That was a
That's
perfect.
fine.
Man,
Alright,
the
fair.
look on your face when we started saying like humans, you're like, God damn it. I
I just couldn't think of a human. Like, I wasn't thinking of
Right? Like,
princes.
what was your favorite movie? Lion King.
Lion
there you
King
go.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
Hercules, great.
Oh, that's probably a good one. Yeah.
Was it the hair that kind of quivered
Yeah, the
right
little
here?
circle.
Or was it that it was like super strong and also a god?
Both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
D,
the
all the above.
Yeah. I
Okay,
was
well,
actually listening to the soundtrack today, so.
all right, y'all. So these are the last questions of the week, and they're presented by our friends that. If you're looking for munchies this weekend, look no further than our friends at Bird Call. You don't have to interact with a single fucking person. You can just use that kiosk, go in there, stony baloney, order a sandwich that's piled high with cheeses and all the the bacon onion jam. Ooh, fucking love it. We're excited to be working with Bird Call on the perfect munchie snacks this spring and summer. So if y'all are looking for a quick fix in between concerts and parties, or you're headed over to a buddy's house, go grab yourself a sack full. Become the hero of the party. Bring snacks for everybody. Check out Bird Call, and they have an app, I think, so you can actually use the app.
Yeah, you just pick it up in that little cubicle.
Dude, it's so easy. You don't have to talk to a single motherfucker. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So Bird Call, they have an app. You can go to their website. It's easily to use. Excuse me, they have an app. They have the kiosks, and you can go to the website. They're easy to use. I like the kimchi slaw. That's a sleeper that's going around these days. It's like a herpy.
I think you gotta
I
go
can't
for it.
not get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the BYO is definitely the way to get the sandwich. All right, so these questions are the hard hitters that really will make your toes curl, Aaron. The first one is, let's say you had a long night working at Red Rocks. You didn't buy that shitty Chick-fil-A sandwich at the end of the show. Everybody hates hateful chicken anyway, so you won't see us supporting them. But you get home and you're like, I just want old, reliable. I want to smoke my own, flour, the artsy that you just picked up the same day. Enjoy the couch and go to bed. What's that guilty pleasure late night snack that you may be able to find in your pantry, fridge, or freezer that's all reliable? Don't look at her. She
Mine
can't
is
answer this for you.
Annie's Peace Parmesan mac and cheese. And I like to doctor that shit up with like a little bit of salt, red pepper flakes. I use Greek yogurt instead of milk.
Whoa.
And then add some Parmesan cheese. It's so good.
The Greek yogurt instead of milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird,
no,
but
it
it's,
does.
it's dope.
I'm a big fan of Greek yogurt over sour cream as
Yeah.
well. Like
Yeah,
it's
same.
it subs in so
Yeah.
beautifully.
Sometimes you do need like real sour cream.
You're thinking burritos XL.
Yeah, stuff
That's
like
fair.
that.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's my go-to.
Is that better than the white shells and cheese?
I personally think so because they're little peace sign shapes, and I love that.
Oh, it makes you feel good.
Because I am a child.
No, we got
As we've determined.
we got that in section 2 of today's.
That's right.
No, that's totally understandable. That slaps. It does require a little bit of effort, but not that much.
Yeah.
Like the noodles cook so damn quick because they're little bitty.
Yeah.
And then obviously churching it up, you're not like trying to make a bechamel or whatever the fuck it would be.
Bechamel.
Yeah, you're just throwing in some Greek yogurt and some dank seasonings.
Yep.
I dig it. All right, Jen, she set the bar a little bit higher this time around.
Good. I'm not that fancy after that.
You're
Not
just
fancy can be
No.
good.
you going bag of shredded cheese out of the fridge?
No, we're going flaming hot sour cream and cheddar.
Oh my god.
Wait, time out. Flamin' hot
Ruffles.
They were
sour
just
cream
talking
and cheddar.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the mystery boys.
Yeah, see,
It's chips. Yeah.
it's chips. Like cheddar and sour cream, but they then
Made them
added
flaming hot.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know, right? That sour cream kind of cuts through a little bit of that
They're
heat,
addicting
but
as
still
fuck. They're
resonates.
so good, yeah.
Which hand do you use to dirty up, and do you wipe it on your grandmother's couch, or do you use it?
No, you lick your fingers, man.
That's savagery, and I can appreciate. It's like chicken.
Just don't dip your hand in her bag of chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're mine.
And that second time it comes out caked, and she's just like, "Oh, it's Kip's couch." No, that's a fair one. All right, ladies, y'all are in the home stretch. Y'all have done really well today. I think we've done the best we can. With after what?
Nope, let's
Aaron's-
not talk about it.
No, we are. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, too. Before we leave, y'all, if you want to learn more about all the great deals going on, you need to sign up for the Gratify memberships. You get emails from Starbuds and Emerald Fields, things that you can't say on social media. We've learned that the hard way 20,000 times over, like finding out that you can get free weed for a fucking year just by shopping and being a loyalist to any of the locations. It's not specific. Maybe you hit the one next to the in Glendale, right there at Colorado Boulevard, when you're leaving T-Bone Tuesday at Shotgun Willie's. But maybe you work next to the one on Lakeside when you're coming over to the studio. You can double dip. They all go into the same pool when you sign up for their Gratify membership. You can do that by going to their websites. What are the websites?
StarbudsColorado.com and EmeraldFields.com.
Perfect. And you can also do it in store when you go to stock up on the great specials from Sano Gardens, Artsy Cannabis, and Dialed In this week, so that you've got all of the supplies before you head up to the Red Rocks concert. Chris, do the honors. Final question of the night.
Ooh, should we switch it up or?
Do it. Switch it up. I'm giving you full autonomy, which is not true. Eve actually has full.
She'll cut it when it's
She'll
awful.
cut what she wants to cut.
Okay, well, since we've been on the topics of Red Rocks, though, and since you claim to be a local out here, obviously you've gone to a few shows there, I think. What's been your favorite experience at Red Rocks?
That's a great call, Chris. That's a great question.
Oh gosh, that is a good question. I don't know if this is like HR safe, but I took a bunch of shrooms at Red Rocks and
Oh, it's legal here. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's like drinking wine nowadays.
I just got rip roaring high and saw Sophie Tucker there, and it was an incredible show. Pretty recently, actually. But like in high school, I got too drunk and someone had to drive me down, so that was the worst time.
What
Ooh,
was that
I
in
love
high
a good.
school?
I love a best and worst.
That was Big Gigantic.
Oh, shout out to
Yeah.
Tom and Jeremy.
Yep.
We love those guys.
Yeah,
got
it was
toe
rough.
up? Were you
I
like,
got
how old
toe.
were you? Like
Cup.
senior or?
Let's not date her in
I
that
was-
situation in case HR
I
does
was
listen.
of legal drinking age.
Oh. Heard.
Yeah.
She was like that teenage Simba style, you know.
Yeah, teenage Simba.
Probably shouldn't be doing things she was.
That's right.
You got driven down like on the
In
back.
my own car. Oh shit! Someone had to drive my car down.
Been there, sister.
Yep.
Jen, she has now set the bar very high. Best and worst
know.
experiences at Red Rocks.
Well, I haven't taken shrooms at Red Rocks, so I can't even compare to that one. I saw Dave Chappelle, I don't know, 5 years ago, and John Mayer came out as a surprise, and I fucking love John Mayer, so that was probably the best one.
That's an interesting 1-2 punch because I've seen John Mayer's concert and it was one of those reserve seatings, and I was like
Yeah.
fighting a 16-year-old. I was like, hey, this is my fucking seat. But that with Dave Chappelle would be an interesting one. But that's a great one. And
Yeah.
do you have a worst experience? It doesn't have to
I
rival
luckily
Aaron.
haven't. I've had friends that we've had to escort out, I guess. Kind of ruins the rest of the night for everyone else. I'm sorry.
I wasn't planning on going in. No one else had tickets to the show, so it's fine.
It happens to the best of us. But hopefully this weekend goes fairly swimmingly. Obviously, it's going to be a great concert. We'll all be there. Team Attack, we'll have some fun with it. It is sold out, but if you want to get
That's
tickets,
crazy.
I mean, it's not. Wiz Khalifa's fucking huge. Tickets, I think, are still the cheapest on Vivid Seats if you want to come join us. Like, shit, I want to go to 420 on the Rocks. That's the best way to get involved.
Also, stop by our dispensaries before the show to stock up.
Yes, please.
Standing Akimbo is our medical location. Starbuds, Colorado, and Emerald Fields, all across the Front Range.
That is exactly true. There's a location for those that maybe are making the trek out from the airport. There's one right off of Sheridan and 44th. I think that's my favorite location. The team over there is awesome. You can get in and out really quickly because they all know what they're talking about. Until next week, y'all, don't forget to, or until Thursday, don't forget to stay high, stay hungry.
Simba.
Hey!